So I made a review video a couple months ago about the Yongnuo Rf 603 flash triggers, and they're very essential, they're very important, they're very, very popular because of their price and what they can offer you for what they cost. It's amazing because you have pocket wizards that cost so much more, they're going out of business, yada, yada, yada. But what I have now is the update. I have the version 2s that I want to talk about, give you a quick update. So if you want to see a full review, I will be honest, they do pretty much work the same. There's just certain tweaks that they did to the version 2. So the range and everything like that, they all work the same. It's a similar build quality. I'll cover that in a minute. But I'm going to link a description down in the description box. I'm going to link my video to that. So watch that if you haven't seen the version 1s. Like I said, they're the same, but there's some things that I would totally recommend for upgrading because it's worth it. So in the video where I was reviewing version 1 of these, there was some certain things, even though I really like the quality and everything of these and the price, that just really was a gripe to me and just really are annoying, and a lot of people have similar complaints, so they fixed it with the version 2. But one of the huge things was when you put your flash on it, basically it was too big. Obviously the flashes are larger, but what you couldn't do is you couldn't access the on and off switch, and that's huge because if usually they're left off, so you put your flash in there, you put them up on the softbox and everything like that, and all of a sudden you didn't turn the damn flash on. Well, there's not much you can do. You got to take everything down and turn them back on, take your flash turn on, because unless you had slinky fingers, which I obviously do not, it just doesn't work like that. Another huge thing was the locking mechanism in the back. There was none. There was a lack of none. So if I had this up on, say if I had this on a light stand and I tilted it back, this thing was going to slide the hell off. For the most part, or depending on what kind of fixture you had. I've upgraded this so it's more reliable, but yeah, I didn't trust it, especially I was going back to do something on the camera. It wasn't reliable, so they fixed that in an update as well. And another huge thing was the sync speed with your flash. That way they can communicate when you're trying to kill down ambient light with flash. Some cameras, it topped out at using shutter speed 1/200th of a second for the proper sync communication, and I was able to get 2/50th no problem. But when I started to use over, you saw the overlap with the flash and your camera not working, you get the black bars. So that's one huge thing that needed to be fixed. So they did. They came out with the version 2 of these, I think around maybe December of 2013, so not too long ago, maybe a little before. But I decided I had to pick these up because I wanted to test these out. I had 4 of the version 1s because, well, once again, that's what was there at the time and they were very reliable. So I wanted to see if they would work together and how basically the big difference was. And I absolutely trust doing this with, just unlocking more, with my camera. You shouldn't have to worry about that with a product, and I was, but now I just don't care because now it's more reliable, more trustworthy. And now one of the huge things is the on and off switches on the side, so it's not on top. So as you can see, it's easy access. Instead of it just being here, it's now on the side, so you flip that there. One of the huge things you'll see, it might look intimidating, is on the power switch, you'll see off, TX, and TRX. TX means transmit only, so it'll send the signal. TRX basically means it's like transmitting synced automatic switch, something like that or other, but it really doesn't matter because you can just leave it in that mode all the time. That's what I set to, and they actually work backwards compatible with the version 1. So that way you could use the version 1 on your camera to trigger the version 2 or vice versa. The huge thing you have to keep in mind though is the sync speed if you're trying to do flash. If this is involved anytime, even though it works 100% using these with any flash or anything like that, you can only get up to 250th of a sync, but these you can get up to 3/20th sync, like I said before, so keep that in mind. And one last huge thing they improved was shutter release and everything like that, so that way you can use this for long exposures, for self-portraits. What you do is when you put in your order, make sure you get the cord that works with your camera. I think there's 3 different versions for Nikons and Canons and everything like that. And what you would do is you would put the one cord inside your camera, the one that fits in there, whichever one you order, and the one in the side of this, so you put that in here, and you would let that hang on your camera. I mean, you could use it as a shutter, so it click it because it's connected to your camera, but the awesome thing you could do is grab the other version to your other trigger, and you could actually have, so while this is dangling from your camera, you can have this over here, clicking away, doing your self-portraits and everything like that, because it's working, it's communicating, transmitting, and receiving a signal to shutter, to fire off your camera. So it's great, you could set it that way and it works 100% of the time. So for essentially this same price, you are getting a better product with this, an improved product, and something that a lot of people are dumping their version 1s for the version 2. I'm probably gonna lose my other 2 version 1s to get version 2 at some point, because I got a set of these for like $30. So it's very inexpensive for something that's essentially pretty damn amazing. So once again, if you want to see a full review, see a distance test, how far they work, check out the video down in the description or on screen. But basically it's the same thing. That's why I didn't really want to go nuts with these. Just tell you the update, give you some of the information that's really worth it to look into version 2s, because for some reason the version 2s and the version 1s are still the same price. So go with the Yongnuo Rf 603 version 2s. Yeah, really impressed, really popular, and thank you for fixing some of the things that were annoying the hell out of me. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Have a good one.